Aliens Armageddon is a 2014 arcade shooter where the Earth has been infested by Xenomorphs when a ship comes crashing down. So I designed this 3D printable Blamcon Pulse Rifle, complete with working ammo counter, to defend our planet. So let's rock! This is my first time playing this game, and my 12-year-old self just can't stop giggling. And honestly, neither can my older self. Playing an Aliens game with a pulse rifle is a dream come true. The light gun and arcade port are in sync using the new Blamcon firmware and total recoil from Intercom Retro, so the recoil from the gun is synced with the game, the ammo counter works, and that just adds an extra level of realism and engagement. This game is amazing. Raw Thrills makes games that feel as much amusement park ride as immersive game. I often feel in light gun games there's a separation between the thing you're shooting at and the environment in which it exists. Not here. The aliens come out of broken buildings, destroyed objects, or grab soldiers. It really feels like this is a place and you've got your boots on the ground. The bosses are huge. Beating them consists of shooting highlighted weak points as fast as you can. There's a lot of variety in the way they move, the way they attack, and how you engage them. Like here when you mount an APC with a turret as the boss chases you. It's crazy, it's intense, and I don't think I blinked once during the first boss fight. There's plenty of weapons in the game to try too. They give you the smart gun early on, and honestly I don't quite get this one. It has the same ammo capacity and rate of fire as your rifle, so it doesn't really feel any different. The big part is you move slowly in these scenes, or maybe not even at all, just stand there. The flamethrower, on the other hand, is a ton of fun. It has a very low ammo count, but it's a wall of destruction. You get grenades periodically through the game, and the fire key for them is set to the pulse rifle grenade launcher, and that never gets old. The variety of enemies in this game is really good here. They all have distinct move patterns and ways to attack. Small enemies leap at the screen, and Xenomorphs will charge you and rip you a new one. You're constantly bouncing back and forth between different types, and a quick threat assessment can change how you deal with each scene. You can also see the LEDs flash in my arcade when I get hit. That is a really cool touch. My personal favorite weapon is the shotgun. It has a lot of weight, and the scenes where you use it require a lot of snapshots. The reload being the pump on the pulse rifle just gives it that extra chef's kiss. If I do have an issue with this game, as much as I may like it, it's this on-screen crosshair. This seems to be true for many of the better modern arcade light gun games I've played as well. I think there's a thought that slowing down the on-screen crosshair makes the shooting easier, but I find it frustrating when I swing my gun across the screen and have to wait for the cursor to catch up. I get how this can help with aiming, but I find it more annoying than helpful, and it causes me to slow down and how I move the gun, which often leads to me getting hit when I could have avoided it. I do admit a bit of the lag here is on my TV and it not having a very response time, but still, I wish there was a setting for it. This isn't a game-breaking thing, but I wish modern light gun games ditched the smoothing altogether. When I made Blamcon Shooting Gallery, which is free on Steam, I found this kind of smoothing was entrenched into Unity, and it was actually pretty hard to get rid of. You don't really notice it with the mouse since it's not a one-to-one movement like a light gun, but on the light gun where you point at what you want to hit, just don't smooth. I gotta say though, this game is intense. There's always things moving around and coming at you and keeping you on your toes. With the pulse rifle being close to 6 pounds and front heavy, this may be my new workout. If I gotta throw some tips, it's keep shooting. I found after a while that you could reload with the trigger held down, and the reload time is less than a second. So there's no reason to be on cannon and fire and burst. It's spray and pray for the win if you want to do well.
Ooh, that's an intense game.
The final level has a cool part where they run you through all of the different guns, all in the right context, one at a time. It's just a really cool way to try each gun one more time before the finale. And then they throw one more weapon at you, the grenade launcher. As cool as it seems, this is probably my least favorite weapon. Shooting it at enemies on the ground seems almost random, so you're better off shooting for a direct hit, which then obscures part of the screen and makes it hard to shoot at the next enemy. It is a pretty cool thing to shoot at the boss though. This 5-hit sequence is cheap.
Okay, that 5-1 was kind of cheap. I think they wanted that to happen.
I think they do it on purpose so you get the bad ending first. There is just not enough time. The next time is definitely easier. I can see the patterns are slower, there's less things to shoot. It's just guiding you in for the win. And what an epic win it is.
Nice. Okay, this is pretty awesome. This is a childhood moment here. The Pulse Rifle playing aliens. This is amazing.
So here it is in person, the Blamcon Pulse Rifle. This is a final prototype, not the release. It is built off an engineering accurate Thompson submachine gun. Then it had the barrel modification along with the Spaz Remington shotgun combo added to it, and all of the parts exactly how Bapty did it. You can even take this shroud off and see the markings on the Thompson, including the selector, safety, etc. It's just got a ton of detail on it. The pump reloads it if I fire with the reciprocating bolt and pump it. That is actually assignable. I have it set up to the pump on here because there's 2 buttons to the game. This trigger has got to be the grenade launcher, and this is just the most fun way to reload. But there are plenty of buttons on the other side here. You have a and B button, a LED for feedback, along with a D-pad. The D-pad allows you to use D-pad games and operate it like this with 2 secondary buttons. So you can play pretty much any game under the sun with a number of buttons on this sucker. This is available for early access right now, as all prototypes are. Our Patreons get access to my working folders when it is finalized, when it has a manual. Of course, I'll be releasing it for free on the Blamcon website, as we do for all of our light guns. We do charge for builds, we do charge for kits, we charge for physical things that take our time and money. But our knowledge, the 3D models, the firmware, all of that is completely free for everyone, thanks to our Patreons. So I'd love to give a huge shout out to our VIP Patreons: Matthew Klabish, Fernando Diaz of Big Gun Arcades, Ron Steffenpool, Stephen Barsom, Philip Daniel of the Light Gun Lunatics group on Facebook, Martin Kilroy, also a Light Gun Lunatic, CC, Andrew Gergen, Big Homie, Chef J, Thomas Cooper, James Hargis, Joan Fiddler, Paul Pardee, Racing Fuel, The Crooked Man, Varen, Daniel Whitehead, Ephraim Henry, Keith West, Ian Kowalski, Lee Fellon, Suan Zay of Retro City, Bryce, and Tija 1999. And thank you so much to all the Patreons in the crawl that follows. Until next time.